Hello everyone and welcome to EA Sports WRC, and in today's video you join me in Colin McRae's 1995 Subaru Impreza on Mareretu Stage on Rally Oceania, where today I'm going to try and beat the world record for Group A. It is currently a 2 minutes and 4 second time set by a Lancia Delta Integrale. Now I'm currently third in the world in the 2012 to 2016 WRC class on this stage, so I know I can do it. In fact, I'm actually pretty confident that I can do it. And do you know what? Let's get straight into it. And like Jeremy Clarkson once said,
I mean, how hard can it be?
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
Starts 30, crest, good luck.
so as you can see, we are waiting for the 5 lights to go out. Now, I was feeling very confident at the start of the stage as we set off here on our first attempt. I really enjoy driving this car. I think it's a very fun car to drive, very easy to drive. However, that would be quite short-lived, as into the first proper corner, I understeered quite heavily here. I think I might have tapped the rear of the car on the fence, I'm not too sure. And then following on, we have a 5 left into a right 4, which I tried taking in 5th gear. And as you can see, I might have had a bit of an accident. I then tried to turn the car around. However, this car is like the equivalent of a P&O cruise ship, so I did about an 80 billion point turn. But no worry, we set off again, and literally 2 corners later, I hit another fence, tree, sorry, and into a piece of banking. And I'll just let the clip play on here because it just kind of all went a bit wrong in this section. This corner I was very happy with how I took it. I felt very committed, but here, as you can see, I went in way too fast, tapped the wall, went onto the banking here, nearly rolled the car, and yeah, it just wasn't good. And onto the final main straight before the finish, I was flicking through the cameras and I actually realised that my front left door was hanging off, which was not very good. But we're going to go over a couple of set of jumps here, which are really fun. And as you can see, my door actually comes flying off at the end of our first attempt here. We're going to do a 2 minute 29.6, which isn't a great time, but that is going to put us 472nd in the world. Now, I know, and you know, that I can improve. So let's get into the second attempt.
Oh shit, here we go again.
So here we are for attempt 2, and what I did for this attempt is I moved the brake bias from 60% at the front to 49% at the back, just because I find it easier to rotate the car and that the wheels don't lock up as much. But anyway, I had a really good start to the stage here. The first sequence of corners where I understeered before, everything just kind of clicked. I didn't go as fast as I could have done, but I carried a lot of momentum, and it just honestly felt really fun to drive. Now coming on to the end of the first split here, as we have that second sweeping right, we're actually going to end up 1.7 seconds up, and on the flat right where we crashed last time, I actually got through there fine this time, and we were 17 seconds up by the end of the second split. But unfortunately, I crashed it into the fence at the same corner where I crashed before. But you'll notice at this bit, I was improving a lot. I felt like my confidence, I was starting to build up. And I was able just to carry a bit more speed in the car. And it felt very good to drive. And coming on to the corner before that final straight, I just kind of went in a bit too fast, I think. And I just tapped the wall, which made me lose a bit of time. Not too much, only a couple of tenths. But yeah, so as you're gonna see now, we don't lose the door this time, which is always a bonus, but we are actually going to improve quite a bit by, I think, around 20 seconds. I think we improved by, because we do a 2 minute 11, so that's about 19 seconds, sorry. Now the game thinks could have done a 2 minute 10.3, which I know I could have done. But as you can see, we're going to look at the leaderboard. We're going to shoot up to 56th place. Now, I was a bit worried that the car wasn't actually going to be the fastest in its class to do it, so what I did was I checked the top 10, and there were actually 2 Imprezas in the top 10, so I knew it was possible. However, there was a lot of Integrales, so I knew that at this point, I just really had to put it all together.
Oh, what a pillock.
Now, as I prepared for attempt 3, I felt a lot more confident now that I had actually set a somewhat competitive time on the leaderboard, and we're going to set off here. And this first sequence of corners again, I actually did somewhat better for about 5 seconds. As you can see, we're going to send it into the right 3, followed up by the left 3, which is going to follow up into the other right 3. As you can see, we turn in and then we hit the banking, we go into the wall and crash. Let's go to attempt 4.
It can't go on like this, can it?
It can.
Now, after the disaster of the last attempt, I was wanting redemption. So I set off eagerly and I was going full throttle. If in doubt, go flat out, as Colin McRae once said. But as you can see, I'm not even actually going to make it to the first set of corners. I'm going way too fast, bottom out of the car, and I hit the banking and ruin the run before I even get to the first set of corners. How embarrassing.
FTV Claude, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked.
It's time to go!
Now on to attempt 5. I was trying to right the wrongs of the last few attempts, and it's very evident here. I had a very good first split, and as you can see, chucked the car into the 3 right, managed to rotate the back of the car. I'm going to be up half a second by the end of the first split. However, I understeer into the banking, which bounces me off into the fence, and yet I ruin another run.
There was a saying I always remember as a footballer: leave the football before the football leaves you. The football's left him. At this top level, he needs to call it a day.
Now on the 6th attempt, I was pushing as fast as I could because I really wanted to try and beat my personal best. And at the end of the first split, we're going to be up again by over half a second. And I don't crash out that corner into the fence this time. And as you can see on the right 6th corner, I actually took it in 5th gear, all the way flat, made it through, no problem. End of the second split, we're up by a full second. And then at the end of the 3rd split, we were up by a whopping 2.2 seconds, which is a huge chunk of time. Now we're going to soar over the finish line here, and we're going to do a 2-minute 7.651, which, if we have a look at the leaderboard, is going to put us 9th in the world. Now I'm going to go for one final attempt and see if I can beat the record.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
Now on the final attempt, I was feeling more determined than ever, but at the end of the first split we were 0.068 seconds off, and at the end of the second split we were 0.3 down. However, I tried to push too hard, as you'll see going into the 4 right. I tried taking it flat, however I go into the ditch and I managed to recover it just about, but unfortunately this is where it would all come undone. I would go wide, onto the banking, drive off the banking and into the fence, and just like that, the challenge was over. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video, whatever that may be.